What's up? It's Proper Truth here. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today I'm gonna give you guys another commentating duel. Right now it's actually myself versus SS Hot Potatoes. Wow, I look so weird without my beard. SS Hot Potatoes is actually using his Pendulum deck, and I decided to use my Chaos Lightsworns. I'm just testing it, seeing how it does. This duel, I think we kind of both made some misplays, and you're gonna see it. Like it bothers me. It bothers me. But let's just get straight to it. I believe SS Hot Potatoes goes first. Yeah. Now, playing Pendulums, I'm kind of sad. Like I don't even see a lot of Pendulums going on. You know, as of these days, kind of like. Good. It was a good format to me. It was a very cancerous format at the same time, but I wasn't playing crazy Pendulum. I was playing Magic Spectres at that time. So what SS Hot Potatoes is using is actually the Endymions. I think it's called the Endymions, and mixtures with some other spellcaster stuff. So it was I think this was the 40 card version of it before he went back to the 60 card later on that day. So he searches for the Zephyr pendulum. I think he gives you 2 pendulum summons if he's on the board, but only for Zephyros. Nothing. Nah, that'd be too crazy. He summons Time Gazer. Is that Time Gazer or Space Gazer? One of them. It's probably the only pendulums and Servant. It's probably the only ones I know. Oh, Chronograph. It's like, oh man, he plays so many different variants. Is insane. So he summons what's that? What are they called? Oh my goodness, I forgot what they're called. This guy right here, this guy. I completely forgot what they're called now. Mythical Beast. There we go. Mythical Beast, the one that negates monster effects. So that gives a counter for, since he brought them out, they both get counters. He brought them out with Servant, so it's pretty cool that they come out with counters, which is nutty to me. He's activating the main Endymion, the one that negates spells and traps. So it looks like he's going for a Link right now. And he brings out the Spellbook dude. It's sad. I don't know most of these cards' names. Same thing like with the Altar guys. I know their effects, but not the names. So the Spellbook Link to Moss is actually gonna get 3 different spellbooks out of the deck, and your opponent randomly chooses one, and then SS Hot Potatoes will actually add that to the hand, and the rest goes back to the deck. So I think we rolled the die for this one. I decided not to clip speed the video just to see how it works for you guys, but I'm gonna give you guys a good example. This is a 22-minute video just on the first game, so it's insane. So imagine. So oh man, I ended up hitting Blue Boy. Blue Boy gets normal summon. He searches the secrets, and secrets is gonna search knowledge, which is insane. So regardless, he got all 3 cards to the hand. So it's pretty crazy. On top of that, the Mythical Beast gets even more counters. So right now he's at 7. He draws 2, and he drew an Upstart. I mean, thank you for the 1,000. And then he drew the Yangzing Zephyr. No, not the Yangzing Zephyr. The Yangzi Pendulum. He did a pretty tech. Actually recorded the duel when he dueled South Pole. He actually did a pretty cool tech with the Yangzing Pendulum. You'll see, it's pretty cool. I thought it was pretty impressive. I thought he had it down here. Now my hand looked pretty decent. I have Rhoda, Foolish, Raiden, and Star Leech. I have a wolf in the hand. I didn't like that. But if I would have went first, I feel like I would have been able to do something, depending on what Raiden would have milled as well. So right now his Endymion spell, the big boss, the level 8 guy, he only has 1 counter on it, and so does the Mythical Beast. So I guess he removed the spell counters from the mystical beast, because you remember the bigger Endymion says you can remove counters anywhere on the board to special summon him from the zone. And I think that's what he just did. They both have 1 counters. He's using the Zephyros Pendulum, the big guy, to get a Zephyros monster and put it in the extra face up in the extra monster zone. So he chooses the Yang Zing, the level 6 Yang Zing Pendulum. It looked like he was about. Yep, he activates the other Yang Zing, the level 1, the pendulum scale 1. And it looks like he's going for a pendulum summon. So he brought out the other Yang Zing. Oh my goodness, this is, I have to learn these names, man. So it's he searches. That spell card is pretty cool. It lets you search for any Zephyros card, and that's it. Like, you search the counter trap. Like, talk about free. And that gives him, and all these spell cards he's activating is just giving the Endymion so many counters. Right now he's at 5, you know. So, and I think you got to remove 2 to negate a monster effect, if I'm not mistaken. But it's pretty cool. It's pretty good. Actually, what did I get up for? I don't even know what I got up for. Oh, because Omega came and he wanted something. Okay. And it looks like SS Hot Potatoes is going for another Link Thumb. I think so is the Celine. Yeah, Celine. Celine is so good. Like, you know, she gains counters for every spell in the field, and both players' graveyard. I think he or she ended up with like, was it 13? Let's see, 5. Oh, it was 8. Yeah, see, I did it for you. He ended up with 8, and he removed 3 to special summon 1 from the deck. There we go. See, I try to help y'all, showing y'all the numbers and stuff without me, just so y'all could get. See, I would have forgotten that. See, I would have forgotten that, and I had to correct myself by myself showing me. So, oh man, the fact that Pendulums to me could still play, and look, he goes into Needle Fiber, and he's activating Needle Fiber, and look who he brings out. I was like, what, Needle Fiber? He just used the Harmonizing, so I was like, you can't even summon Harmonizing. He's a level 4, and then I completely forgot about Odd Eyes Performer Pal Synchron, a level 2 tuner. And right here, he's going for, I think, another Link. Is it? Oh no, he's Synchron. He goes for a Boral Sword. And you're gonna see, in my turn, I completely misplayed so badly. Because I guess I could have somewhat outed the board. I mean, let's see, you'll see. It's pretty crazy. So Boral Savage gets Celine to equip to it and he gains half her attack, and he gets 3 negates. And he sets that Zephyros counter trap, which is so busted. He passes his turn and I go over. Now I got 9,000 because remember he upstarted. And here, I wrote it. I'm trying to see if he's gonna negate. Now I already had a Raiden in the hand, and I was testing Gareth. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to search for another Raiden yet. I was like, you know what? Let me search for Gareth, because I can always put Gareth on a graveyard, bring him back, and then. But I might take him out, to be honest. There's I Foolish Burial here. I think I Foolish the Wolf. Yeah, Foolish the Wolf, and the Wolf is gonna. I'm gonna activate the Wolf. I don't think he negates this one. You know, I want to go back to. I really want to go pure Lightsworns. Like I have a build. A friend of mine. You know, shout outs to you, Jimmy. I want to play that build. I just gotta get the rest of the cards for me to play that build. So for now, I'm just playing this one, the Chaos Lightsworn. So I normal summon Raiden. Look, man, look, I was not prepared. I had my extra deck in the deck. Judge. So here I'm like contemplating, because I'm like, I was gonna exceed, and then like I was like, no, I can't. I shouldn't exceed because of the fact that, see, I was gonna go into Minerva. I wanted to actually go into Minerva, and then I had to make sure that I can try to force the negates. So I was activating Raiden. He let it go through, just in case he negated with Boral Sword. At least Raiden won't be destroyed. But it would have been the other way around if he would have activated the counter trap. So here I go to banish to special summon my white dragon, and I synchro, and I bring out Berserker here. Now I activate white's effect, and I think SS Hot Potatoes let it go through. Yeah, he let it go through. Yeah. And I search for black. Now, I knew the counter trap was there, and I really wanted Boar's Sword to activate its effect by now. Like, I really wanted, and I wanted to force it so I can be able to do other plays. Like, you know, there was no point of going to Minerva, because if he would have negated a Boar's Sword, Minerva would have never got destroyed. I can't trigger her effect. So that's what made me second guessing a lot of things. So I banish white, summon black, black brings, and I overlay into Tornado. I activate Tornado's effect. Now this is where I misplayed. I was like effect, and then I targeted the back row. Like I was contemplating either target the back row or hit a scale. I hit the back row. He negated. I did not activate Berserker's effect to banish. Yeah, banish is a monster on the board. And I did not do that. So I activate it, and then I go to activate his effect to get oh no, I didn't do that. Did I? Yeah, you see, I already knew I misplayed, because I didn't activate. That was the second misplay. I didn't activate the other effect to attack again. I was so like, I would have gained the attack and be able to attack again, but I didn't do that. I'm such a bad player. I'm such a bad player. So let's see. Let's keep going. Why is this acting up now? Okay, that was weird. It was just acting like it just froze and glitched. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, yeah, didn't get to activate Berserker's effect. So again, like I said, I'm a bad player. So now, what was he doing here? Let me see. Oh no, I think it was still my turn. I was still going off. I think I still end up with a okay board. So, oh no, it was his turn. Okay, and then I went to activate Tornado, because I was like, I gotta hit a scale now. It's his turn. I have to hit a scale. And that was my biggest mistake. I hit the 1. When I was the scale 1, when I was like, I should have hit the scale 5, the Zephyra. Because I didn't find out till after, but I was always told you always hit the higher scales. But again, to me, it doesn't matter in Pendulums. So like, see, he had a scale 8. So 5 and 8, he can still summon his big monsters. But I was like, I thought if I hit the lower scale, he'll be stuck on maybe another lower scale that he won't really be able to pendulum summon. So it was my mistake. That's where I did another misplay, a third misplay. Like, we did nothing but misplays. And I believe he ends up like getting me. Does he get me? I don't remember if he gets me, to be honest. I do know I end up with a comeback. I believe I end up with a comeback, because now, I'll be honest with you, now that I hit one of his scales, he's forced to use another one when he probably wanted to pendulum summon it. So I went to negate to banish it, and he goes to negate. And on top of that, I think he gets a search. He gets to search for the the Yangzing dude on board. So now he gets the normal spell card, add any Zephyr card, and he gets the field spell. The field spell, once he activates it, he gets another search. Like, this deck hard body loses to Duel. And, you know, where the heck was I doing? Oh, this was funny. I was like, yo, where's my phone? And I went to go get my phone. I was like, did I leave it in the living room? Like, where the hell is my phone? And my phone is the life point bar. And he was like, as his opportunity was going, he was like, yo, your phone's right here. I was so out of it. That was Omega. He was just acting stupid. So he goes and he's entering battle phase to attack Tornado. And I think I took, what was it, 6? Was it? I don't remember the Endymion's attack. I think I took 6. And I still, I had Gareth, I had Star Legion in the hand with a wolf. I was like, oh my god, I should have searched for that Raiden. I ended up taking out Wolf later on. I mean, Gareth later on that after the duel. So it was my turn. I drew, and I top decked into Valkyria, the new Chaos monster. So Valkyria is an awesome card. A lot of people don't like her. Valkyria to me is an amazing card still because, yeah, you have to flash to special summon. But it's still a good card because, number one, it's a body on board that's a level 4. Especially in Lightsworns, you want to overlay. Maybe in Thunder Dragons or any other Chaos. Depending on Thunder Dragons, I think you could play 1. I think Omega does play 1 actually. But I think she's such a good card. Yeah, when she gets banished, you get to Foolish a monster. But you can't activate that monster's effect, which sucks because I would have been triggering Wolf and Felice like crazy. So I was like, okay, now I think I can establish board. So I go and I overlay into baby girl Minerva. I love her. Activate effect, sending Starlight. Now, remind you, I actually ended up having Judgment Dragon in the grave, or it was 11 year, one of them. So I mill and I got to draw 2 cards, and I drew into, I think it was 2 charges. Oh no, 1 charge. And I was like, okay, now, oh, a charge and a Chaos Space. Now, Chaos Space, this is where I messed up. I forgot Endymion it can negate it. I should have actually used charge, do the cost, and see if he negated that. Then go into Chaos Space. Oh, I had 11 in the grave, you see right here. So I was like, okay, Star Legion is in the grave, I can get 11 to the hand. So maybe I might be able to establish board. So I was actually pushing to try to get Judgment Dragon to the hand, I believe. And look, I milled a wolf and Danger Nessie. Danger Nessie did nothing. The only thing that really profited was the wolf. So here I was like, let me get Lumina, because now I never got to normal summon. See, that's a good thing about Valkyrie. You don't need to waste on the normal summon. You still get special summon like either a white or black wolf, Felice, anybody like that, and you can still overlay. So I was like, okay, wolf is. I milled a wolf. I milled the body on board. So and he only has 2 scales and a Yang Zing in defense mode, which I think had 2600 or 2500 D. So right here, activated Star Legion's effect to banish to target the 11 in the grave to add it to the hand. He has no other negates. I know he doesn't play hand traps, so I was like, maybe I can't really establish board. I wanted to get rid of the Yang Zing and actually be able to push for game. I was always constantly looking at my graveyard. That's one thing that the group always kept advising me to do. Keep looking at your graveyard. Keep looking at your graveyard. Well, that's ones you want to keep looking at the graveyard. So I pitched that Gareth to special summon the Raiden, and I still had more plays. Activating Raiden's effect to mill, and it was, trust me, it was nothing. It was 2 Chaos Spaces. So now all 3 of my Chaos Spaces are in the graveyard. That's cool though. Banish 1. I get the White Dragon to the bottom of the deck, and then I go and I draw 1. I think I drew into another charge. Yep, yeah, it was another charge. So I was like, that's nuts. Charge life gauge is crazy. That is not once per turn. Go into Michael, and I banish Nessie, Lumina, Raiden to summon the Levineer. I activated the Levineer so I can just destroy up to 2 cards on the board. Now, that's how Potatoes was wondering. Because the Zephyro spell card in the grave says that you can banish it to protect the Zephyro cards on the field. He wanted to know if he could just protect 1. I think he really wanted 1 to go off. He wanted 1 of them to really go off. But since he has to banish, because it wasn't saying monster, it wasn't saying card, it was saying cards. And he wanted 1 of them to, I think he wanted 1 of them to actually get destroyed to do a search. But since the spell card says cards, he's forced to protect both of them. So that's what he had to, he was forced to protect it. So I was like, that's fine, no problem. What I should have did was activate Michael's effect to banish 1, because he wouldn't have been able, and then I could have been able to destroy up the 2 scales. So right there, I paid the G to banish for Michael, and I go into battle phase. I hit him. I forgot about Levenair. Levenair, I pointed at Levenair to attack, but Levenair couldn't attack because I used the effect. But I still dealt enough damage because he was at 74 to end the game for game 1. It was yeah, he was at 28, and then he takes the 2100. He was down to 7. So, oh, this wasn't game. This was another mistake I did. He had 2 scales, 2 cards, and 2 scales on board, and 2 scales, two cards in the hand. I was contemplating if I should have just linked into Phoenix and popped one of the scales, but I just didn't know. I should have just said, you know what, get rid of the Levenair and the Wolf and keep Minerva just in case she leaves. I can still pop cards on board, and Michael I get to recycle. I wasn't thinking like that. I was just like, you know what, he has to get through all these big hitters regardless. So I believe it or not, I actually ended up ending the turn like that, which was my biggest mistake. I should have. He had only 2 cards in the hand and 2 scales. I gave him the opportunity to Pendulum Summon, and that's one thing I learned that day. You know, with Pendulums, don't ever give them that opportunity. Don't give them that. If they have less than 3 cards in the hand, and you get rid of a scale, then they have to really overextend to try to replenish what they lost. And see, I was still contemplating, maybe I should fast forward this part. Oh, but it's about to end right now. See, I was really going in. I didn't want to let go of the cards to confirm it. I put them right back, and I was like, you know what? Let me see. Oh no, I ended turn because Michael had to mill 3, and I milled the Felice. So I had another body on board with great defense. He went, and that's my biggest mistake. So now he has 3 cards in the hand. So he ripped the chronograph. So I really feel, I see that if it didn't really matter if I would have ripped the scale, because he would have did chronograph and activate chronograph effect, or does chronograph need to have another magician on board? So let's say if I would have hit, I have to read these cards. So he goes to Pendulum Summon. You see what I mean? Now he had now he got 3 bodies on board. I gave him that opportunity, but in reality, this is what I was trying to explain. It's not. He has to get through all of them. See, he's gonna go into Link. Should have never given him the opportunity. So he goes into the B Cop. And what's he gonna do here? I don't recall what he does, but we'll see. But this is exactly what I was talking about. He has to get through all 4 of these B6 and a defense that's 2,000. You know, Minerva, if he gets rid of Minerva by destroying, I was like, I get to mill, and if I mill Lightsworns, I get to pop that many cards on board. And here he actually scooped. He scooped because he wasn't gonna make this. He wasn't gonna be able to get over the board. He admitted to it, and that was like the purpose of it. And then with Michael, let's say if he would have gotten the board completely like wiped out, I would have actually triggered Michael to replenish everything, and then Minerva to mill. So I would have replenished the Wolves and the Felices, just so I can get those mills to get the special summons and the pops. So let's go to game 2. Alright guys, so this is game 2 coming up. Let's I don't know why it's like when I press play, it just wants to start jumping, then it goes back to normal. See, now it goes back to normal. Computer's so weird. This is why I didn't want to also clip speed, because when I was clip speeding it, that's exactly what was happening. It's like the frames was trying to catch up with the clip speed on top of another recording. So I was like, oh man. So right here, let me see. Do I really be able to go? So yeah. So see, as you saw, he lost. He went first. This duel is only about 3 minutes, to be honest. And the reason why I'm showing you this duel, I'm not gonna really spoil it, but it's just so you can see the match and see my hand and all that. So he went first. To me, I feel like he had a good hand. He actually went into what is it? Alliance, and Alliance is searching for pen call. And it's like, I feel like once Pendulums have that, they're able to just birth out so much monsters on board. Now my hand had 2 Charger Light Brigades, a Valkyrus, 2 Dangers, which is Jackalope and Snake. To me, the hand was phenomenal. It was really phenomenal, just because of the fact that I had 2 searches, which means I'm getting also 6 mills. So, and I also had draw power because it didn't matter. Like I could have just activated. I could have set both charges and just activate the snakes, the snake and the jackalope. And even if I pitch Valkyrie, it's a attribute in the graveyard for whatever I draw, and then the charge of library to burn. So I had a decent hand. So he goes and activates poison, and I think that's a Black Knight or Black Dragon. I don't remember his name. He goes to Pen. He summons Harmonizing and Time Gazing. So Harmonizing is gonna go, obviously. Harmonizing is gonna get another Magician. He goes and gets I think his name was Dragon Magician. Like he gets to copy a dragon. I think he becomes a dragon or something like that. So yeah, look, I read it. I just don't remember what it really said. So here I was like, damn, I feel like he can establish. He had the answers. Either he misplayed, or he knows Pendulum, so he knows it better than probably anybody in the group, you know. So he knows if he's gonna brick or not. To me, look, he also went for the spellbook link, the link to go for the searches. And here, I think this is what messed him up. I think he still needed resources because he has one card in the hand. He still needed resource to get out of the deck into his hand. And I think he was actually banking on getting one of those cards. The only thing he does not want is knowledge in the hand. So I grab a die. I'm like, okay, we're gonna do the 2, 4, 6 thing. So he goes and shuffles, and he shuffles pretty well, as you guys can see. And I go and I rolled a 6. I hit I hit the card to the far right. That ends up being, I believe, the knowledge, which he did not want. Yeah, he has a spellcaster, which I don't understand. He should have activated and sent the link to draw 2, but then he already wasted a pen summon. And look, he drew into, he has Buster into the hand also. He draws into the Zephyros. He drew into both Zephyros. Here, he scooped. There was nothing he was gonna really be able to do, apparently, from what he said. I don't know. I'm not a Pendulum player. Can he? Maybe. Who knows? But I ended up winning the match. I had the most nutty hand anyway. So, Pendulums. I wonder now. Is Konami really slowing down on them? Like, are they really not? That was a conversation we were having as well throughout the duel. Like, you know, I feel like Pendulums still have some type of potential. And I also feel like if Konami was to stop Pendulums or just discontinue them, then they should just give them all the Pendulum support back that they banned. Not all at 3. Let's not get crazy. Like Astro, don't put Electrum and Astro at 3 and Iris at 3. They're just gonna be destroying the format, to me, in my opinion. You know, maybe Astro to 1 and Electrum to 1. Who knows? I don't know. I feel like Electrum could come back to 1. But the deck still has some type of plays. Now you're gonna see in other duels that he does change up the Pendulums into going from 40 into 60, and you guys will see that in upcoming duels. And the deck works a lot better, which is why I feel like they still have potential. I brought back my Lightsworns, and because Chaos is out, and I'm still working on it. You guys are gonna get a deck profile in there if you guys want. If you guys really want that deck profile, let's see if we can hit at least, I'm not gonna over exaggerate, let's get at least 20 likes on this video. So, and I'll give you guys the deck profile on it. So there you guys have it. That was a duel between myself and SSI Potatoes. If you guys got any suggestions maybe for SSI Potatoes, because he's still trying to bring back Pendulum, see how this works, just let him know in the comment box below. He's always checking it out every day. So if you guys are new to the channel, subscribe to the channel, hit that notification button for upcoming videos as well, and follow me on Discord. And again, I mentioned in the last video I made a Patreon. I'm still working on that for you guys as well. But other than that, I do hope y'all enjoyed this duel, and thank you for watching, thank you for tuning in, and I hope to see you at the next video. Later. Myself.